Good evening and welcome to Tuesday night's edition of Primetime News with me, Michael Madimba. Lead in this evening's bulletin. Minister of Health and Social Services Dr. Kalumbi Shangula on Monday announced that Namibia recorded 1,084 new COVID-19 cases, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 75,766.
The cases had a gender distribution of 4,044 males and 640 females between the ages of 3 months and 86 years. Shangula in the daily COVID-19 statement said the country also recorded 15 deaths from Keetmanshoop, Windhoek, Okahanya, Grootfontein and Erongo districts, taking the country's death toll to 1,179. He said only 2% of the confirmed cases, or 20 people, had received the first dose of their COVID vaccination. The minister also announced 808 new recoveries, bringing total recoveries to 60,484. Active cases on Monday stood at 14,092, of which 516 people were hospitalized, with 90 patients in intensive care units. Cumulatively, 104,530 first doses and 19,930 second doses of COVID-19 vaccines were administered by Monday.
St. Boniface College in the Kavango East region closed due to an increase in COVID-19 cases, the school's principal Rosaline Sebastian has said. Our Kavango East and West journalist Sawi Al-Siku filed the story.
Sebastian told Nampa on Monday the school closed after 106 learners tested positive and that they took the decision to limit the spread of the virus as the country is currently grappling with the surging infections. She said the school, which closed on 16 June, is badly hit as they are still waiting for the results of 40 more learners. She explained that 40 learners were removed from the school by health officials in the region to quarantine at facilities in Rundu. Sebastian informed this agency that the school will reopen on 25th June, noting the entire school and hostel have been disinfected and all parents were informed about the situation. Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
Just over 12,000 inhabitants of the Erongo region had been vaccinated against COVID-19 by Monday, the region's governor Neville Andre Itope said.
Addressing the weekly COVID-19 media briefing at Swakopmund on Monday, Andre Itope said 12,002 inhabitants of Erongo region had been vaccinated. He, however, said more needs to be done to encourage people to get vaccinated. He added that as of 14 June 2021, the region recorded a cumulative figure of 10,389 cases, of which 9,305 have recovered, with 143 COVID-19 deaths so far. Erongo on Monday had 891 active cases, of which 125 were hospitalized and 8 in intensive care units in Swakopmund and Walvis Bay respectively, he announced. The region's vaccination rollout started on 19 March 2021.
The Korihas Town Council has set aside 146,000 Namibian dollars for electrification of informal settlements, Chief Executive Officer Andreas Qovosebe has said. Our journalist in the Kunene region, Rodney Pina, compiled this report.
Qovosebe, in a meeting with the residents of the new Korihas informal settlements, Adakahu and Samstan, said the council is aware of the challenges the residents face and will electrify the settlements before the end of 2021. He added that residents need to understand that development of informal settlements is one of the council's #1 priorities, and residents should be patient as the council is doing its best to bring electricity to the new informal settlements. Speaking at the same meeting, representative of Adakahu Informal Settlement, Bernatus Chivera, said due to a lack of electricity, the community is coming across poisonous snakes daily. Meanwhile, Samstan Informal Settlement representative Quentin Khaseb said in the past 2 weeks, 5 poisonous snakes were killed by residents.
Stand by for your top roundup. In our business and economics news, we begin locally. Recon Africa, through its Namibian subsidiary Reconnaissance Energy in Namibia, on Monday donated 15 million Namibian dollars to the Office of the Prime Minister towards the government's COVID-19 vaccination efforts.
While handing over the donation, Recon Africa Chief Executive Officer Willems Evans said, as part of the company's social responsibility, they found it fit to help Namibian people get through the difficulties of the pandemic. Our hearts go out to the people of Namibia during these extremely difficult times, and we hope the donation will add some energy to our collective battle against COVID-19, Evans said. While receiving the donation on behalf of the government, Executive Director in the Office of the Prime Minister, Iben Neshindi, said the donation comes at a time when government needs it most, as COVID-19 cases keep increasing on a daily basis and require more resources to be availed. He also urged all Namibians to embrace all health measures in order to save lives. Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
Moving on to West Africa, where the World Bank is ready to finance Ghana's further COVID-19 vaccine rollout, the bank's country director for Ghana, Pierre Laporte, said here on Monday.
Briefing the media on the stage of the bank's support to the West African country to overcome the pandemic, Laporte said the bank had already approved $130 million to support the vaccine program. The bank's country director said the bank would like to provide vaccines for 13 million Ghanaians, which will boost the country's effort to combat the pandemic and enhance its economic recovery. He also stressed the availability of the vaccines to the Ghanaians still depends on the Ghanaian government's ability to secure the vaccines from international sources. The World Bank official added saying, the sooner the vaccines are made available, the better, but that depends entirely on how fast the government can source the vaccines. He added saying, on their part, they have put the money on the table.
We will be back after the business and economics roundup. That's all the top news we had for you this evening. Kindly stand by for your sports update with Selima Shimwefeleni.
Thank you, Michael. Good evening and welcome to Sport Planet. The Namibia Premier League has lost its expulsion appeal case against the Namibia Football Association at the Court of Arbitration for Sports.
The appeal filed by the NPL on 6 March 2020 was dismissed with cause because the object of the arbitration is the challenge decisions, that is, the convocation of the 28th Ordinary Congress, as well as any decision taken at such 28th Ordinary Congress, including the decision confirming the appellant's suspension, which were deemed legal. NPL says it has forwarded the ruling by CAS on its expulsion challenge to its lawyers. In a media release sent by Nampa on Monday, the NPL said it noted the decision issued by Fumahali, in particular where he affirms that the NPL's suspension lapsed when the Namibia Football Association failed to submit the suspension of the NPL at the 15th Extraordinary Congress of 9 November 2019, resulting in the conclusion that the NPL's membership rights were restored and that it had the full right to be invited, participate, and to attend the 28th Ordinary Congress on 22 February 2020. NFA President Rangai Kali said they are not surprised by the outcome of the case at CAS. Haikali added that they had created an all-inclusive league, which has so far attracted 12 teams, and called on the 4 remaining teams who had indicated they will only join the Namibia Premier Football League.
The European football governing body UEFA has said Munich Stadium cannot be illuminated in rainbow colors for Wednesday's Euro 2020 match between Germany and Hungary.
UEFA said on Tuesday it has rejected an according motion from Munich City Council because it would be a political message in response to a Hungarian law. Last Tuesday, the Hungarian parliament approved a law that restricts the information rights of young people with regards to homosexuality and transsexuality. The law is considered important for right-wing conservative Prime Minister Viktor Orban. The Munich motion was made as a signal to promote diversity. Rainbow colors are often used by people in the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transsexual plus communities. Other German stadiums, such as in Frankfurt and Cologne, are now to be illuminated in the rainbow colors during the match. Germany captain Manuel Neuer can meanwhile continue wearing a rainbow-colored armband as UEFA has stopped a review into this matter.
Your sports roundup is up next. And with that, we've come to the end of Tuesday's newscast. We thank you for tuning in. As always, give us a thumbs up and share. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, as well as click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest happenings locally and globally. Do make a date with us tomorrow for your primetime news. From myself, Silima Shimwefeleni, and the entire crew behind the scenes, it's good night.